Welcome. Thank you so much for taking a chunk out of your day today to learn all about our program. We are really hoping that you leave today inspired, excited, and just learning about the impact of Volunteers of America Florida on Floridians in need. A little bit about myself. My name is Stephanie Branich. I'm with the Development and Outreach Team, where I grew up in Michigan, proud Michigander, and I grew up in a suburb outside of Detroit with my dad and my stepmom. So my stepmom was a major influence on our lives, where she taught us the values of giving back and helping those in need. I took those values and went right into my adulthood, where now I have two beautiful children. Addison's 13, Brody's 10, and I love the fact that they get to see the impact that I'm making on our community here through the organization day in and day out. My biggest dream is just for generation after generation to learn the impact you can make, whether it's large or small. So I'm super excited. I hope that you feel excited as well. And it is now my honor and pleasure to introduce Janet Stringfellow, our President and CEO.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you for sharing your story. I joined the Volunteers of America of Florida movement over 20 years ago. From the beginning, I understood that our charge was to help the most vulnerable in our state. That includes our homeless veterans, frail seniors, and individuals and families with special needs. I also joined the mission because as someone who was born and raised in a Christian family, Volunteers of America provides the perfect platform for me to bring my credentials and my faith. I have witnessed many miracles among those that we serve. Our vision continues to be to provide superior services to those that we touch. And now it is my honor to introduce Danielle DiVittorio, our Director of Outreach and Development.
Thank you so much, Janet. As Janet mentioned, my name is Dani DiVittorio. I'm part of the Development and Outreach Team here at Volunteers of America of Florida, and I'm so proud to be part of VOA's mission and VOA's family. I'm actually part of a military family myself. My father's a veteran, my grandparents are veterans, service is in our blood. So proud to be giving back to those who have served. In my family, we also have those that are coping with mental illness. So I truly understand how important the services and support we provide here at Volunteers of America truly are. So I'm excited to share with you a little bit more about what we do here at VOA and about how what we do makes a difference. On this tour that we'll be taking in just a moment, we won't be asking for any money. There will be no funds, no talk of donations. We will be talking about VOA's mission, who we serve, and the difference we make thanks to supporters like you. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the program manager here at Tampa, Kelly Garrett.
Thanks, Dani. While I'm new to Volunteers of America as an employee, I like to think that I'm certainly not new to the spirit of Volunteer of America. I was raised in England by parents who believed in giving back to people who have less than us and coming alongside people and helping them to do better. In my role here as Program Director at Volunteers of America James Cole Village, I have the privilege of working particularly with veterans. Veterans are particularly vulnerable to homelessness as they face a complex set of challenges once they leave the service. There are more than 20 million veterans living in the United States, according to the Florida Department of Veterans. Florida is home to more than 1.5 million veterans, which makes up the third largest veteran population in the nation, just behind California and Texas, and many of our Florida veterans are homeless. However, thanks to supportive housing programs, both transitional and permanent, the number of homeless veterans in Florida has seen a decline in recent years, according to the Florida Council on Homelessness. Volunteers of America of Florida provides both transitional and permanent housing for veterans. Transitional housing provides housing and support to homeless single male veterans, which help to get them back on their feet and empower them to be capable to overcome the barriers that cause homelessness. Here at James Cole Village, we're also proud to provide a continuum of housing for male and female veterans and their families to help them recover from homelessness. Permanent supportive housing allows our veterans to graduate from transitional housing to affordable housing and to continue to thrive. Many times, veterans return to homelessness once they no longer have supported services. Thankfully, Volunteers of America of Florida continues to offer services to veterans living in the permanent supportive housing units. We use an evidence-based approach to provide services that allow our veterans to break the cycle of homelessness. At Volunteers of America of Florida, we treat this nonprofit like a business and receive payment based on outcomes, always remembering that every positive outcome represents a life changed. It is our drive to meet those outcomes that allows us to strive to achieve our mission, empower those we serve, and help them to make long-term change. Again, permanent supportive housing units like these make that possible. And who better to tell the story of what Volunteers of America of Florida does every day than two of our participants? I'm proud to introduce you to two of them today.
My name is Michael and I served in the Army for 9 years. Well, my life before Volunteers of America was, I couldn't smile. I felt very helpless, ashamed to be homeless. Then my life afterwards is better. I could smile again. The staff is so good that my future is to get back into the workforce and get out of here. It's affordable. They do it off your income, so I'm able to pay a reasonable rent for basically a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm blessed to have a good roommate. We met while we were both homeless in a hotel, and it was like karma. And they said, "Well, your roommate's gonna be," his name's Michael also. So it was nice to come here, and it's like, wow, I had a familiar face right off the bat.
Hi, I'm Ken. I'm from New York. I'm a United States Marine. I served 5 years. At Volunteers of America, it's been very supportive. There's a huge networking between VOA and the actual VA. It's through Volunteers of America that I've been able to network with the VA as far as CWT goes, the Comprehensive Work Therapy, HUD-VASH program, Section 8, aftercare, intensive outpatient that I've been able to do here through the VA. And via Volunteers of America have provided that safe arena in order to do that with. If it weren't for programs like Volunteers of America, I have huge issues with depression, and the options that I was facing beforehand weren't very good. So I was more or less like a ghost in my own life. I was just going through the motions. There was no hope. There was no real direction there. Again, I was just going through the motions, and up until now, where I actually have some direction and people who I can even talk to about these things. I'm not really sure where I would be, but it would not be in a good spot. I mean, I relapsed once and it led to a lot of problems, so I really don't want to think about what the next situation might be if it weren't for Volunteers of America.
Thank you so much for your time and participation, and special thanks to our residents. Stay tuned, as some of our colleagues will be in touch with you shortly. Bye!